How old are you, ladies?
31. Can you do something for me? Well, I'm 32. I'll be 33 at the end of this month, so.
Okay. At your age, have you found that dating has become harder for you or easier?
Harder, 100%.
Why is that?
I feel like as you age, you have more standards. I feel like you have certain criteria now, and you've learned a lot through life. And so, yeah. What you think?
And the dating pool is full of piss.
Yeah, absolutely.
Would you say that you've gotten more wealthier?
Oh, 1,000%. For sure.
Has that helped or hurt you?
That's a good question, actually.
I don't know.
But no, I would say that it's helped me. It's helped me develop more character and what I expect out of my significant other.
Ideally, would you prefer your man to make more or less?
I'll be honest, it doesn't really matter. I feel like it's, are you making my life a little bit easier?
That part.
Okay.
That part.
Ideally, though, like in a perfect world, how would you have it?
Like I said, as long as you're making my life a little bit easier in some sort of way. That's what I feel. Are you benefiting me and you're taking tasks away from my daily tasks that what I have to do for myself? So I would say that, like, okay, cleaning. I come home and the house is already clean, dinner's already cooked. Cool, perfect. We balance each other out. You don't need to make more money than me.
So you're fine playing the traditionally masculine role while he plays the traditionally feminine one?
I feel like yes, absolutely. Yeah, that's where I'm at.
So do you feel like dating has become easier for you at 27 or has it become harder?
Yes and no. Yes, meaning, you can weed out what you don't want because you know what you don't want, but harder because I feel like there's a limited selection in our generation. So I got to go older.
Do you think you have a better chance at locking down a wealthy man or a struggling man?
Struggling for sure.
I agree.
Struggling.
Why?
Because them niggas be using the hell out of girls that really got their own.
I
for
feel
real.
like I'm not as well off as I would like to be, so I would obviously settle for what's in my category as of now.
Why do you think it would be harder with a wealthy guy?
Because I feel like he would probably use what he has like as an advantage and just be like, you know what, well, I can go get another girl who's doing better than you, yada, yada, yada. And,
How old are you, ladies?
I'm 23. 23.
When do you think you're going to hit your prime?
My prime?
Yeah.
I say now for the next couple of years.
25 max.
What do you think happens when women turn 30?
When they turn 30?
They become more well-rounded, they become more self-respecting, and they start to have a lot higher standards. The standards that they should have the entire time. They grow into themselves, and they start to meet people that are worthy of their time.
They start getting Botox, usually.
I already get that.
BBLs?
Hell yeah.
Boob jobs?
Hell yeah.
Plastic surgery?
Hell yeah.
Can I interview you for a moment?
I mean, what's going on in your head?
Do you think there's anything wrong with getting Botox, BBLs, plastic surgery, the like?
No.
Okay, that was my only question.
Do you think dating is going to get harder for you as you age?
No, it happens how it's supposed to happen. And like, no, it's not going to happen as I age. If I age any further, like whatever man that comes into my life is supposed to. So
I mean, but when you're 30, like, are you going to be going for the same guys that you go for now? Or do you want somebody who's like more established?
no, we're looking for someone that has consistency and that you can stay with. I mean, it's different for everybody, but personally, I want a monogamous relationship with one person, and it really depends on your preference.
What I'm saying is, like, those guys at 30, if they're established, don't you think they'd have their pick of the litter of the woman that they want?
I think it depends on how or what things you've been through. I feel like if you're like, for example, if I'm single at 30, it's not that I couldn't have found a relationship before then. I feel like I just didn't find that right person that's a good fit for me, and what I'm looking for. So at 30, maybe I could find that person. I think it really just depends on what you've been through and what you're looking for. So I don't think age really matters. I mean, people get married at 80 and are happy, you know? So
How's dating changed for you at 32 than it did when you were 22?
I feel like it was easier at 22 because I was young and not exactly sure what I'm looking for. And now that I'm older and I know what I'm looking for and like what my expectations are, I think it's harder for me because I find it harder to be flexible with that, just because like I know what I bring to the table, and I'm not saying I don't want to say that. I do know what I want from someone and what I would expect from someone, and when I was 22 years old I didn't know what I wanted.
So as you get older, you have higher standards.
Yeah.
And you feel like you bring more. So what do you think you bring to the table?
Drive, ambition. I'm successful in my career. I don't know. I can cook. I mean, that's a loaded question. I mean, I don't know. I think I'm overall a good person. I have loyalty. I'm a decent communicator, but somebody could disagree with you.
So would you be open to dating a guy who made significantly less than you?
Yeah, why not? Is money the driving factor in a relationship?
Well, that's why I'm asking you what your thoughts are.
Not for me. Not for me.
Did money used to have a bigger importance when you were younger?
Yes.
So what changed?
I grew up.
How old are you, ladies?
25.
24. 24.
Do you think dating is going to be easier for you as you age?
No. I feel like people get stuck in their ways. If you don't learn now while you're young, you might never learn. That's what I think. I don't know. Unless you're open.
I think yes.
Why?
It might get easier for me as I get older. The more I understand, the more I can, grasp. So it'll be, yeah.
Well, what do you think men are going for when they're older?
They just want to get in your pants when they're in the club.
I feel like the more they mature, the older they get, the more they understand. It's like, okay, maybe we might be on the same page.
It's kind of about where you meet them. If you meet them in the club, they here for the same thing. You know what I mean?
I feel like the older they get, they kind of like settled in their ways. They want a woman who's also settled in their ways who can kind of cater to them. But I mean, if y'all have like a 50-50 kind of like agreement, that could work, or whatever agreement y'all have, that could work, but I don't know.
Who do you think has more options, a wealthy woman or a wealthy man?
I'm laughing for a reason, because I'm getting to my mid-30s, and I feel like I have a lot of options. So this is a funny question to answer. Generalizing, wealthy men have more options.
Okay. Why do they?
Why do men have more options? Because a lot of women are superficial in that way, that they're looking for a comfortable lifestyle. Because again, we all hype up that there are no gender roles and things like that, but women like to be taken care of.
How old are you, ladies?
I'm 20.
Okay.
Old enough.
All right. Have you found that dating has gotten easier at your age now versus when you were your daughter's age?
I don't date.
Really?
No.
What do you do then?
Me?
Well, why don't you date?
Because I trust literally no one. And I'm unapproachable.
I mean, well, you still have a daughter, so clearly. Oh, two. Okay. Oh, snap-a-doodle. I love it. Okay.
Yeah, these are my kids.
What's your best advice for like the young girls out there?
You do you, sweetheart. Don't trust anybody. Do what you need to do for you.
Can we get in that car with them? No. Okay.
How much do you want your man to make?
I don't care what he makes as long as he's good to me. And he's a real man. And he's good to me. I don't care.
So you'd be cool dating a guy who was making less than you?
Absolutely.
Okay. So you could foot all the bills and take care of everything?
Yep.
You don't think that's like a masculine trait or anything?
Nope. No.
Okay. So it's not a man's job to provide?
Nope.
Okay. So whose job is it then?
It's a equal partnership, and as long as you're good to each other and you have a mutual understanding and a good relationship, it doesn't matter.
Okay. So
If the woman's making more of the money and going to work more, then the husband needs to step up to take care of the kids and do the housework, and then like there has to be a balance.
Okay, so let me ask you, if you're making all the money in the house, should you have most of the authority in that position?
Nope. No.
Equal partnership.
It's equal.
But it's not equal if you're footing all the bills.
the money doesn't matter. It's about what you're getting from
quality.
a emotional and spiritual aspect.
Okay.
That shit doesn't matter.
And as long as if he decides to do all the housework around the house, then it is the same amount of work as going to work to make the bills.
What do you think the issue is with dating right now?
Men are pigs.
Ditto. Yeah.
What makes you feel that way?
I had 3 guys screw me over so far this year, and we are in the 5th month.
They have a one-track mind. There is a very, very singular issue that they're looking for.
Which is?
They want the pussy.
That's the one.
But I mean, isn't pussy power?
Say it one more time.
Isn't pussy power?
Depends on how you use it.
If you refrain, then yes, but most women do not, including myself.
Depends on how you view it. Pussy is power. It should be for women. For men, it is a game.
Do you think it's easy for a man to get laid?
Yeah, easier.
Yes,
It's easier
I
for
think
women
it is.
to get laid,
No,
but yeah,
no,
I think it is
I
pretty
think it
easy
is.
for
I
men to get laid.
I think that girls give it up way too easy.
That's because they lack confidence, and that's because men have made them feel like they have to put out to be appreciated. Women, as a majority empathetic community, are not wanting to hurt someone's feelings by saying no to anyone. So we put out, but I don't know. I think men are too soft. I think men feel like they've failed if they don't get laid on the first time. They have really screwed up objectives, and they just go in it with the wrong mindset.
Why is dating so hard for a woman?
Because this generation is shit. That's why.
All men are shit. They don't know
I'm
how
not
to
gonna
treat
say all
anyone.
men, but my
Most men are
generation, I'm
shit.
27. My generation, 90% of them are shit.
Well, why do you feel that way?
And I'm only 21 and I feel that way.
Why though?
Guys don't know how to treat a girl.
Well, how do you want to be treated?
I want a man to be a man.
It's like
not
the
play a
bare
man.
minimum.
Does that make sense?
Guys don't even know the bare minimum now.
You don't get to.
They don't take
ask
no
me-
dates, no being cute, no showing up with flowers.
My thing is like, don't ask me.
No being
do I have
loyal.
your side of the rent when it's time to pay rent? And if I always have it, who's really the man in the relationship? Like, I don't think women should just cook and clean, but there are gender roles, and I feel like a man's supposed to protect and provide. Not to say he's got to pay for everything.
Do you think a man should be able to determine what a real woman is?
What do you mean by that?
Okay. So by the same token, you should be able to tell me what a real man is then.
Absolutely.
Okay. How old are you ladies?
21. 21.
Do you think dating is going to get easier or harder for you as you age?
Harder. I'm single forever. I can't find anyone. I agree. Harder.
Why do you feel like you're single?
I just feel like I can't find the right one. But hopefully soon, I'm praying. TikTok has been saying that I'm going to find the one soon, so.
You've been getting a lot of tarot readings on your For You page?
Yes. Have you not?
No.
You need to be on that side of TikTok.
Okay, you don't think it's like delusional?
A little, but I try to tell myself that I'm going to find the one.
Well, you keep believing in that.
Believing, yeah, because I want the one. I'm so tired of being single. I just want to date someone.
What does the one look like to you?
He just has to have a good personality. He has to treat me right.
That's all you look for.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, like, he has to have looks. I have to be attracted to him, but other than that, I just really want to find my person.
How much would you rate yourself on a scale of 1 to 10?
Would say a 10.
And what makes you a 10?
Like actually repeating the exact same answer. I'm the happiest, healthiest, wealthiest I've ever been.
Would you say that's a 10 looks-wise as well?
I feel like I look great. Yeah.
So yeah, 10 looks-wise. What would you say Kim Kardashian is?
So Kim is pretty. I'd give her a 9.
Okay.
Yeah.
So you're a 10, Kim K is a 9.
I'm more natural. I'm more real. I'm intelligent. Granted, I don't know these women, right? So I'm going based on the characters that they portray themselves to be. But me knowing what I know about myself, how genuine, loyal, and just awesome I am, yeah, I'm going to give myself a 10.
Do you think it's okay for a morbidly obese woman to say that she's a 10 out of 10? The same way a fitness model could say that she's a 10 out of 10?
Fair question. Different strokes for different folks. right? So when I walk into a room, not every man's going to be attracted to me. So I've had men 70 pounds ago that didn't find me attractive, but now they do. But then some men that find me attractive now didn't find me attractive a few months ago, vice versa.
Would you date a guy who was like significantly making less than you?
Well, I mean, it depends on if he's working towards his, if he's working towards his goals, I could. But if he's staying stationary for too long, I can't get with that.
Well, what are your requirements for a man? Like, what do you want from a man?
You have to have goals and you have to be working towards them. You have to have a good job, because I have a good job. I don't want to, like, what I have, I want you to have times 2, though, I feel like.
Somebody who prioritizes their responsibilities. That's what matters to me.
That's all? I mean, what other qualities do you look for in a guy, though?
Somebody who's funny and can make me laugh.
Have a personality.
Ooh,
somebody who's honest. Somebody who knows that loyalty means more than just loving you.
Somebody who's emotionally intelligent. I feel like that's very important.
Okay.
You have to be in tune with your emotions.
What do you think a man is looking for in you?
I think it's all sex appeal and but I mean, I could be wrong, so I don't know.
If men use money for power, what do women use for power?
Pussy.
So if women use pussy for power, how is it a man's world?
It's still a man's world. Women don't get paid the same as men. There's still a pay wage gap. Women have to take off months, if not a year, for childbirth. Men don't have to sacrifice their career for childbirth, for child raising. It's still a man's world. Men determine what women do with their bodies. Men determine the laws. Men determine what women can be educated on. Men determine all of that.
Well, do you think that men are doing what they do for men, or are they doing it for women?
They're doing what they do for men. What's best for men. Always, 100%.
Why do you think it is that you don't see wealthy women, going to change broke men's lives, but you often see wealthy men changing broke women's lives?
From the evolutionary perspective, men are wired a certain way, women are wired a certain way. Women, oftentimes, if you ask a woman like, oh, hey, I got this guy for you, perfect guy for you, she's gonna ask, what does he do? She's not gonna ask what he looks like. She's not gonna ask his height. She's gonna ask what he does for a living.
But a man will ask.
Women, flip it. A man, if he's like, oh yeah, bro, I got this girl for you, he's gonna ask, what does she look like? And he's not gonna ask about her job, her education, her experiences. Yeah. He's not gonna ask none of that. He's gonna ask, what does she look like?
Yeah, 1000%. But also at the same time, I feel like it depends on a person, because I feel like as women and growing up in different generational trauma type of experiences, you're gonna go for those men that you can fix. You get what I'm saying? And it's not, like I said, I don't feel like it has to do with hierarchy. It's I feel like it has to do also with trauma. Yeah. You're trying to fix something because of what you saw within your life. Yeah. Does that make sense? You get what I'm saying? So I feel like it all just depends. I feel like there's so many questions and you can shape it in so many different ways, but there's so many different perspectives on it. You get what I'm saying?